We got into Phoenix a couple days early. This hunt came up real quick. It was like, I was actually down in Texas hunting coyotes and got a call from Bob Jacobs at J&M Safari saying that he broke his ribs and he couldn't go on this hunt. So here I am, 15 days later. Had a lot of work to do. Best of the West sent a rifle out and had to get a 44-57, so we went to customs and got that taken care of, and been on an elliptical machine every day, so we're ready. My mind's ready. I'm excited. The big island that everybody talks about right there. It's where all the big sheep are. Read about it, heard about it. People talking about it for years. Now we get a chance to hunt it.
It only took about 10 minutes by boat to arrive on Tiburon Island. They then packed all of their gear into vehicles and took a 45-minute ride into camp.
Home away from home.
After meeting everyone in the camp and getting situated, Bob takes his rifle out to confirm accuracy after the long trip down to Mexico. With shots expected to be 500 yards and beyond, Bob decided to bring his Hunter Elite 7mm rifle system.
Well, that was 515, so we dialed that, and we tried it at basically 100 and 200, but when you get something like this where you know you may have to stretch it, then you want to try it right out to what you think you're going to be shooting at. So we got it back to square one now. We'll put the cap back on it. Turn your power back down. Come up, make sure it's empty. Drop the hammer down. That way if a outfitter or guide, anybody's looking at that, they can see that hammer's down and everybody's safe in the truck. So now we'll go back and tell some stories around the campfire. It's our first morning. Basically pulled everybody up into this. We had spotters out last week. All these little hills, mountains, especially on the other side, they found sheep all over. We got a guy up here right in the skyline now walking, so we're just letting everything break open as far as daylight so we can see before we go any further.
Hi, I'm Jared Peterson, and I work in the customer service department here at the Best of the West. One of the calls that we get is how to read zero for a new shooter or a new environment or a new elevation. For example, when you go out to the range and you shoot at 600 yards and you're grouping 4 inches low, that is 2 clicks. With our Husky scope, that is a 1/3 MOA. So now that we've made our 2-click adjustment, we want to make sure our turret shows that we are on at 600 yards. So we're going to unscrew this top screw. You can use a penny or anything. Then you're going to lift it up and then line it up at 600 yards. Screw it back down and you should be ready to go. If you have any other questions, please give us a call and we'd be happy to help.
On a hunt like this one, there are many guides that spread out to glass different canyons in order to be more effective. It doesn't take long into the morning before some sheep are spotted.
Well, they spotted some sheep. We don't know how big they are. I would say they're going to be worth looking at, or we wouldn't be putting these packs on, making a trip up that mountain.
You ever saw that one?
No. All right, that's a long way.
He says it's a really big one.
Okay. It's full.
He said it was a nice ram.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Oh, I seen a bunch of ewes and some small rams. And then I seen the ewes over here, but they're right in between. They popped over.
Nice.
And that's where we did see the 2 big ones last week. So.
This time of year, the average temperature is 100 degrees on Tiburon Island. This leaves small time windows to stalk throughout the day, early in the mornings and later in the evenings.
We just saw 2 rams, very nice rams, both of them. One got lots of mess, maybe 180, 185 plus. And the other one looks very nice. It's not as gross as the other one, but it's wider. Both of them are laying down near a cave. It's about 1,500 yards maybe from here.
How long is it going to take us, you think?
About an hour and a half, hopefully.
Well, we started up the mountain for them, but some ewes and small rams were going up into the shade, and the big rams heard the rocks. They couldn't see them, so they got up and went over the top. Now it's back to square one. We're going to go around the mountain and see if we can spot them from the other side. They'll probably be laying in the shade there someplace, but trying to find them is another thing. But it's the first day.
Later that afternoon, the crew took the vehicles around to the backside of the mountain, hoping to glass the rams up again. They were unable to be located. Bob is hopeful they'll find them the next day.
Second morning, woke up, had something to eat. It was 80 degrees right off the bat, you know. We're almost back into where we was yesterday, trying to find those big sheep.
We're trying to see some of the sheep coming down the hills early in the morning, go from bedding up on top of the hills down to the valleys, and that's what we're trying to do today, trying to spot them when they are going down before it gets very hot. So
I got one.
you got one?
Yeah. Let me help you guys out. I know you're struggling this morning.
Right?
No, he's dead center. Yeah, he's facing right.
Dale spotted the sheep and we're headed that direction. We're gonna go up this side. This is just, I mean, this is what I like about sheep hunting. It's no matter what your pocketbook is, you gotta climb one of these mountains. Some are big, some are small. But if you decide you want to take the slam, I guarantee you're gonna work for it. You gotta have a heart to be a sheep hunter. And you gotta have your mindset right. It's easy to get the body in shape, but it's tough for a lot of people to get their mind in shape.
After locating the ram, Bob decided to keep hunting for an older age ram. So they backed out of the area, hoping to find one of the old rams the following morning.
Start like it's 20 after 6. We've been walking for a half hour, so we're trying to get a jump up on them. We got a big ram. He was feeding, but he was still moving out pretty good, so I'm not sure whether he knows we're here or not, but he's working his way up toward the top.
This old smart trophy ram never smelt or saw the hunters, but just knew something wasn't right and left the basin. Bob and his guides couldn't follow the ram due to the extreme terrain, so they backed out to the adjacent drainage to try and find the ram again. But the old 185 class ram would remain the one that got away. Welcome back. We're in Mexico with Bob Foulkrod as he searches for a trophy desert sheep in the rugged country of Tiburon Island. Bob has seen a lot of sheep so far, but the rough terrain and the heat have made the stalks very difficult. A few mornings later, they're glassing into a brand new part of the island.
Hunt this area, see what we find. A lot of glassing, a lot of looking, a lot of walking. That's sheep hunting. We're just gonna keep driving down through and looking on both sides. We're right in a big old bowl right now. See if we can't find one of them rams.
With only a few days left to hunt, the pressure was setting in to find a shooter ram. Little did Bob know, things would look up just over the next ridge.
Both sides, he's not a young one. He went to the other side. He got him, amigo.
Nice heavy boomed off sheep. And we were second guessing ourselves when we were looking at it. Nice sheep. That's my fourth desert sheep. We climbed and looked and glassed and sat in the heat. It's been running 105, 110 in the daytime. Nothing wrong with that sheep right there. That's a beautiful sheep. Trust me, if you can kill a deer at 300 yards, you can kill a sheep at 500.
With the proper paperwork and site ease permits in order, the exporting and transporting process for Bob's ram will be a breeze. Congratulations, Bob, on a trophy Tiburon Island desert sheep. We'd like to give a special thank you to J&M Safaris and all of the guides for making this Best of the West adventure a success.